Not one bit really at the moment, no.
Nothing?
No. Well, I voted out, but it was more like sovereignty.
Well, if I go back to the beginning when we joined the common market, virtually everything doubled overnight. Bread, butter, all sorts of things. So I think really it's been like a snowball thing over the years. Things have actually got dearer.
Well, it's like workers' rights. Probably now with the EU, you probably get there's more workers' rights, isn't there? Where actually you want to blame is Mrs. Thatcher.
If Scotland want their own independence, I think we should sort that out after Brexit. The same as Northern Ireland. If they want to reunite with Ireland, I think they should. And if Wales want to be separate, yeah, why not?
Well, to be fair, I probably think we should stay. I don't think we should leave. I think it's causing too much aggro, too much hassle. Yeah, I just think there was nothing wrong with the way it was.
I'd worry if it was going to have a negative impact on him and the rest of the children I've got. Yeah, so I'd hope that any decision made would be a decision that is positive for maybe the next generation, you know? Yeah, maybe not so much myself, but my children are far more important than me to me. So yeah, I hope that any decision or any decisions that are made is going to look after the next lot.
Why do we need to do it? I don't see a reason why, but only to satisfy Europe in the long run, I think, to make things easier.
Well, the decimal system is easier than...
Oh, absolutely, but there again, I was an engineer, and they changed everything metric, and now they're changing things back because it's not accurate enough. And we were working when I was an engineer, we were working in dual systems. We're working in metric and imperial.
Right.
So, because the imperial was by far more accurate than the decimal.
It's more what?
More accurate when you got down to like tenths of a thousandth of an inch and things. With slips and things like this, it was just a better system.
To be truthful, I've never really thought about it in depth like that. But why rock the boat when you don't have to? You know what I mean? It is what it is. So it's either in or out. It doesn't really matter to me.
So, as I said, I'm probably the wrong person because I don't have an opinion on it.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Immigration.
Okay.
That seems to be just out of control.
Okay.
Health services creaking. We ain't got enough houses for people, and basically they're just swarming in, really.
How has being part of Europe negatively impacted your life specifically?
I couldn't be actually specific on that question because I said earlier I was too young when the country went into it, but I'm sure it's had an impact coming up through my working life, definitely. But I couldn't be specific. Well, I work in the construction industry, and a lot of the legislation for health and safety has come out of Europe, which we don't need.
If they go, our economy collapses. So it's blame Mr. Cameron. Honestly, no, he should never have gone for it. You know, he left it as it was. It's like Cornwall. You know, like from Bodmin down to Penzance, they made it dual carriageway, didn't they? Make it like highways in England want to pay for it because it's only busy in the summer. The EU paid for it. Things like that, you know. So I mean, Cornwall voted out, but she gets more money spent from EU money than parts of Romania, you know. So.
But you voted to leave.
Yeah.
If people are asking you to wear yellow jackets, they've got to be a specific reason why. In construction, it's so you can be seen, and I work a lot on the highways, so it's very important, especially at night.
So that was a European rule that came in?
I don't know if it was or not.
I checked it.
Right, it was, yeah.
But that was actually a...
So that's a positive, yeah, absolutely. So I can't think of any specific legislation, but get a lot of things out of Europe that they bring in.
This is what puzzles me, because you're adamant that we should leave because of legislation, but when I ask you specifically to give me an example, you can't.
No, I can't.
Whoever comes here, comes here. You know what I mean? As long as they're working and they can, you know what I mean? Pay into the thing, that's you know, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to see anybody, what's the word, pushed out when they don't need to be.
They are moving forward very rapidly very, very rapidly into an empire with what do empires have? They have their own national anthem.
Got to go to Paris Fashion Week next year, and that's going to affect travel essentially. And I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with my passport and whatnot. So yeah, it's all kind of up in the air.
Definitely in a positive way. Sort of being born in the 70s, I've always known us to be in the European Union. So it's allowed me to travel freely abroad, to have that relationship, to not have any restriction in getting any sort of formal paperwork.
Like, I think it's been a fiasco this last 3 years. It was voted to leave and it's still ongoing, you know, and now it's being sorted basically. I think we're a laughing stock.
At the moment it's reasonably benign, I do accept that, but you could end up with a European president.
We've been to France, I've been to Spain, been to Germany, Italy, obviously, you know, just, yeah, generally travelled every year.
Can you tell me how being part of the European Union has specifically affected your life?
It hasn't.
I think if they rerun a Brexit poll, if they rerun it, I actually think more people, I know people feel very strongly about it, but I actually feel that more people would vote to leave than stay actually.
Well, it's going to be bad for a while, yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the economy is going to suffer for the next 2 or 3 years, but we voted on it and we should come out because we voted to come out. We shouldn't be another referendum, because if there's another referendum, every time you vote there should be another vote for it to see how that went. So, out.
It'd be really important to remain, although my parents, I know, don't share the same views because they're pre and you know, we don't share that as a family, but you know, everybody has an opinion, which is fair enough. It's just what's best and what's going to work for everybody that we need to make sure happens.